What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Logisticalstyles coming at you with another video, and today we are going to do a product review. I've got a great recommendation from one of my good friends, DJ Ant Love, out here in Atlanta, and he hooked me up, or he hit me up one day last week and told me I need to check out this wireless microphone. And I already have a decent wireless microphone, but the price for it, the one he recommended to me, was so great, very affordable. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump into a review of it. I've already unboxed it, but I'll show you what you get in the box and everything. But let's jump into this video, and I'm gonna show you this really affordable wireless mic. Okay, so here we go. This is the mic I'm discussing. This is the Alvoxcon, 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 and the model is CK-210 or UM-210. Looks like there's two different versions of it, and we'll get into that a little bit more as I go into the review. But this is what the box looks like. You'll notice that it looks very similar to a Sennheiser packaging, or even the design of the mic, and you'll see that a little bit more once I take it out of the box. But it's very simple, lightweight. I ordered it on Amazon. I'm going to put my Amazon affiliate link down below in the description. It is an affiliate link, so I do get some kind of a commission if you make a purchase using that link. That helps support the channel. I wasn't provided this by the manufacturer or the seller on Amazon. I was just given a recommendation from a fellow DJ, and I went out and purchased it with my own money. All right, so when you get the box, inside the box, you have a little card with a QR code that basically take you to their Facebook and their social media sites and allows you to email them if you have any problems. You have a very small instruction manual, and you'll see why it's small, because it's a very simple device to operate. Some extra padding. It came with a pair of AA batteries, which they're generic batteries, so they don't last very long, but they lasted long enough for me to do some testing with it. You get the microphone itself. It is a plastic microphone, plastic all the way around. This little stripe around the windscreen, I believe that's plastic as well. It's a hard plastic, but it is plastic nonetheless. The mesh windshield itself is, they said it's steel, very thin steel. Inside you have a little foam padding. The capsule itself, plastic all the way around. Even the body of the mic and the screw-in part is all plastic, but it's pretty decent quality for the money. I didn't mention this, but it is a mic that costs less than $40 on Amazon. So you'll see why I'm so excited about such an inexpensive microphone. The mic has one button on it. It has a power button that you press for a second or two to turn it on, and then if you hold it, once it's turned on for a couple of seconds, you can go into a mode that allows you to switch different frequencies. You can switch frequencies with this. When you hold down the power, you'll see it's got an orange backlit display, shows you your battery strength, your frequency that you're on. It mentions the groups that you're in and the channels that you're using. You can adjust that, and there's two different models of this. One is a silver one and one is a gray one. You can pair them together to use them at the same time. And the reason you have to use the different ones is because each color operates on the same frequency. So if you had two silver mics, you would get interference if you tried to use them at the same time. They do make a model or a version of this that two mics can hook up to one receiver, and I'll put a link to that in the description below as well. Moving on, in the box we have the receiver. This right here is probably what makes it so impressive, and that this right here takes the place of that box that you normally use with your wireless microphone that requires a wall outlet for you to get power to, and then a cable to run to your mixer. Some of them have charging bays within the receiver so you can charge the spare batteries, but this replaces that. This small device that fits in my hand replaces that box that you use for your traditional wireless mic. It connects right into your mixer or your audio device with a 1/4 inch tip. It has a USB port for charging it, the internal battery. You're supposed to get about 8 hours worth of battery life from a full charge. So far, I have not had the mic or the receiver batteries die yet. Although the cheap batteries that came with the microphone, they're pretty low. I'm down to like 1 bar after a couple of days of testing with it. And then finally, in the box, you have these adapters. You get this Y cable adapter, which has 2 female 3.5 millimeter inputs, and on the other end is a 1 male 3.5 millimeter output. It has a tip that has the tip ring sleeve. That's very important when you're trying to use it or connect this to a mobile phone. You have to have, at least I know with the Apple devices, you have to have that tip ring sleeve. Most jacks that you get, like what you might see on your headphones, are just a tip ring sleeve. This has that extra ring, which allows you to put input into a cell phone. And these 2 tips on the female parts on this adapter, one is for your microphone and one is for your headphone to listen to. It also includes this adapter that goes from the 1/4 inch of the receiver down to a 3.5 millimeter tip ring sleeve connector. And that's all important. You have to keep that in mind when you're trying to hook this up to devices other than like a mixer board or a powered speaker. One of the things I'm going to do is a test with this Harbinger powered speaker that I did a review on a little over a year ago. I'm still using that speaker. I still find it very handy. I've rented it out several times, and it's made more than 5 times its cost back in rental fees alone, not counting what I've used it for my own personal gigs. But we're going to hook this up to that. I'm going to do some range test outside so you can see exactly how far it can go. The packaging says that this mic gives you a distance of 130 feet, I believe it is. 130 feet or 40 meters. I can tell you I've already done some testing with this outside, and it has gone beyond that. I've gone up to 200 feet away and still managed to be able to transmit from the mic to the receiver outdoors with no dropouts, no static, no interference whatsoever. That's what makes this such a great deal. The fact that you get such decent range, and it's a very clear mic, and you're going to hear that in a second because I'm going to hook it up. I'm going to hook it up to my mixer board. I'm going to put the receiver on. I don't need these adapters. These adapters are mainly for hooking up to a laptop or a mobile device. But since we're here in the studio, we're going to do some quick testing. I'm going to hook this up to channel number 2 on my mixer board. I'm going to bring it up and bring down this mic. This mic right here is a Shure Beta, I think it's a 58. But it's hardwired in with the XLR connection going into my mixer board. So you will hear a difference between this microphone and this one. It's a wireless mic. It's going to sound a little bit airier, like a little bit more air in the sound or the signal, but nothing that would make you not want to use it. Now, I do have to put this disclaimer out there because people are going to think that I'm saying ditch your expensive microphones and go with this $40 microphone. And that's not exactly what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is this is a great alternative or a great option for using a microphone when you don't want to pull out the more expensive microphones. I have a couple of microphones. They're both made by Shure. One cost about $900 when I got it originally. Not a few years ago. I've had this mic for about 10 years now, and it still works. It does fine. It's just big. It's bulky. The receiver's huge. And then I also have a newer mic, which is the GLXD wireless mic from Shure, and it does well. It sounds good, but it still has that big, bulky receiver. This right here, this little receiver, makes a big difference when you're trying to have a compact, portable, and easy to set up situation. And I'll show you that even more once I go outside and hook this up to the Harbinger speaker. But for now, let me just go ahead and plug this into the mixer board and turn on the receiver. So there's just one light when you turn on the receiver, one power button, you turn it on. You get a blue light when you're fully charged. As you start getting lower in power or charge, it turns red. Well, it turns purplish, then red. And then this green light signifies that it has connection with the microphone. So let's hook it up. All right, so now I'm going to bring down the Shure mic and switch over to the Alvoxcon. Testing 1 2. 1 2 1 2. Okay, so now I am using this mic, the wireless mic, and as I said, you can hear a little bit of air, a little bit of a light hiss. I mean, I wouldn't even call it hiss, more just like an airiness to it. The microphone it doesn't have as solid bass or low end compared to the Shure microphone. Let's see if I can do a A/B comparison. Okay, so this is the wireless mic, and then this is my Shure wired mic. They are both going at the same. Actually, I have the wireless mic boosted up a little bit. If I bring it down to the same exact level as the wired mic, and then bring down my gain a little bit, then this is a good true A/B comparison. Wireless mic, wired mic, wireless mic, wired mic. And as you can see, there is a big difference in the sound. I mean, I can EQ it up a little bit. I can give myself a little bit more low end and, just kind of adjust it to get that same richness that I'm getting from the wired mic. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. So you can work with it. You can adjust some things, but I'm not complaining for a $40 microphone that's going to sound this good, even 100 feet, 200 feet away from the receiver. And I've used this. I've had it for a few days now, probably over the weekend. I got it on Friday. Today's Tuesday, so I've had a good time to test with it. I've used it connected to a Bluetooth speaker that has an auxiliary input. I used that and it worked fine. I've connected it to this Harbinger speaker. I've connected it to the line in input, the aux input in my car, and it worked just fine. And just about anything with an auxiliary input you can connect it to, and it will work fine. The only time I had a problem with it was when I was trying to record directly into my cell phone. I have an Apple 10R, which has the lightning port, so you have to use the adapter to get any audio into it. And the same adapter that I use normally to connect my lavalier mic to the iPhone is what I use to connect the receiver to the iPhone, and it just would not work. I tried it a couple of times, and it just would not record direct audio into it. But let's go ahead and set up outside. Let's do a distance test so you can see what it sounds like. I don't want to make this video too long, but I just want to give a good, thorough review of this product because I'm definitely recommending it, and I think it's well worth the money. But let's go ahead and set up outside, and we'll do a range test. Okay, so here we are. We are outside with the Harbinger Vari V2312, the speaker from my previous review about a year ago. I still been using this speaker a lot. I love it because it has a built-in mixer, which allows you to hook up 3 different devices, 2 XLR combo jacks, 2 1/4-inch inputs plus an aux cable input as well, and then this channel can also do Bluetooth. But what we're going to be using it for today is to connect this 1/4-inch input into channel 1 on the mixer. We'll set the mixer to line level and turn the power on, and then make sure that the power is on the receiver itself. Now that we have got the power turned on, I'm going to pull out the microphone. First, I'll bring down the volume on channel 1, turn on the microphone, and let it pair up. Now that the microphone's paired up, I can bring up the volume. Check 1 2 2, testing 1 2, testing 1 2. And That's the great part about this whole setup, is the fact that I'm only using a power cable just so I can power the speaker itself. The receiver is running on battery power, so it doesn't have to use a wall outlet. It doesn't have to take up any other ports on your computer or on your power strip. So now what we're going to do is we're going to turn this around. I'm going to spin the camera around so you can see how far it is. I'm going to do this range test with it. I'm going to take this lapel microphone off and leave it by the speaker so you can actually hear what's going on, but I'll be talking through the microphone, the handheld, and walking approximately 200 feet away from this position right here. Okay, so here we go. We have everything set up, and I'm going to, like I said before, I'm going to walk down the yard. The end of my yard is about 150 feet away, or maybe more like 170 feet away from this point, and then I'm going to go a little further than that. Remember, the box said that it's only good for at least 130 feet, so we're actually going to go beyond that range, and just is another way to show you how good this microphone setup is. So I would say probably right about here is like the halfway point.
This is probably a good 70 feet away from the microphone, and 70 feet away from the receiver and the camera.
And now I'm at what is 170 feet away from the starting point. I can't go too much further that way because there's the woods, but I'll go around and you can still hear me. I'm going to keep on walking, and you can see that the sound is still good. And I do a lot of wedding ceremonies, outdoor gigs, and one of the things that I can tell you is I've never had to set up a microphone this far away from the receiver. It's always been in close proximity. So that would make it even better to use this in a situation like that. But this is just showing you an extreme test of how well the receiver and the transmitter work. So we're going to make our way back. And from what I've heard, unless I hear something different on the playback, I'm going to go ahead and say that there were no audio dropouts. There was no interference. The mic sounds good, especially for an outdoor type of situation. This is not a recording situation. I'm not in the studio trying to record anything. I'm just trying to amplify and transmit my voice wirelessly, which we're able to do with this low-cost solution. And not only is it low cost, but it also has a low footprint as far as small footprint. It doesn't take up space on your table. It plugs right into the mixer or into the speaker that you're using. So I'm going to go ahead and give my stamp of approval on this. We're going to wrap this video up. I hope you continue to watch and subscribe. Check back for more videos. And also don't forget, my 1,000 subscriber video that I put up last week is still going. The 20th commenter on that video will get a pair of the Guardian of Galaxy Awesome X Volume 1 picture disc. So if you're interested in that, go check out that video. It's called the 1,000 subscriber video, giveaway video. And 20th commenter gets a free pair of those discs. But until then, keep watching, keep subscribing, and I'll catch you on the next video.